We're on the verge of a massive event that won't just end the chapter. It's going to rewrite Fortnite history forever. While hope fights to save reality, we're getting alarming signals from the 0 point, time anomalies, and the death of our favorite legend. The last few days in Fortnite have been absolutely stacked. We got the final live event trailer and a whole mountain of content for Chapter 7. And let's be honest, what's about to go down at this event can only be described as straight up chaos. Nobody saw this coming. Godzilla, Kong, Star Wars, and a giant Homer all on one stage, throwing down with a demon lord. It gives me major Ready Player One or Avengers, endgame battle vibes. Although, in our situation, even the Avengers can't help. This threat is way out of their league. That's why Jones is our main trump card, because who else but the legend knows how to stop an inter-universal, world-ending apocalypse? The old-school loopers probably remember the Zero Crisis. Honestly, both events have a ton in common. Massive collabs, a ton of action swirling around the 0 point, the fate of reality hanging in the balance, and a powerful villain pulling the strings. Though during the 0 Crisis, Jones wasn't alone. The Foundation was basically the one who had to clean up the confused mess Jones himself started. And this link between Jones and the 0 point in both events is super interesting. What if, in theory, the legend follows the Foundation's playbook and sacrifices himself to save everyone else? There are a few things that hint at this. First, Hope's overly emotional scream at the end of the teaser. Second, since Chapter 5, we've gotten a bunch of references to Jones being tired of the hero life. Plus, the focus on that broken Rift device, which is charging up the whole time in the teaser, is definitely not an accident. That portal thing was the key to unvaulting and essentially bringing the 7 back into the story during the 0 Crisis. So maybe Jones will use that same device to seal himself and the dark presence in another dimension, or even the 0 point. It would not only complete his story arc, which started with a very similar event, but also prove to everyone that the legend is more than just a nickname. The legend is who Jones has been all along. But that's just a theory I've cooked up. Our grumbling hero is so loved by the community that if anything did happen to him, Epic could easily bring him back. Still, I personally would hate to say goodbye. If you feel the same, hit that like button and keep your fingers crossed just in case. Anyway, let's put the speculation on ice and spit some facts. The fact is that 0 Hour could be the biggest event in Fortnite's history. Yeah, after the last event was a bit of a flop, it's risky to trust the leakers, but they're saying this event weighs in at a full gigabyte. For comparison, the 0 Crisis was about 700 megabytes, so the scale is going to be absolutely wild. The event will be split into 2 parts, a pre-game and the final showdown. The pre-event starts November 29th at 1:20 p.m. Eastern Time. It sounds like a set of mini-games and activities, quests, NPCs, point captures, and all that. Basically, it's a fun distraction to keep us busy while we wait for the main event. This will all go down on Oninoshima, while Jonesy and Hope tinker with their portal device. The final event starts at 2 p.m. ET, which is the piece we saw in the teaser. Beyond the collabs that immediately jumped out at us, you can notice the spirit realm has started merging with Oninoshima. You can tell by the landscape, which has changed dramatically since last season. Just from the teaser's dynamic, you can tell Jones and Hope are trying to get somewhere. My bet is that they need to get the Rift device as close to the demon as possible. Hope says it's the perfect moment for a shot at the beginning of the teaser. And that's when the whole crew is dropping in to help our dynamic duo. At least everyone we ran into in Chapter 6, Godzilla, Kong, Megazord, Resistance X-Wings, OXR, Giant Homer, and the Bride, the heroine from the movie Kill Bill. It looks like the Bride will play a huge role because she even got her own full voiced lines. Plus, they have to promote the new skins from the Battle Pass somehow. Interestingly, in the lead up to the final event, a tab with the same name appeared in the item shop. It looks like this is where all the collaborations we saw in the teaser will be released. So enter my creator code in the shop and join the heroes in the fight against the Dark Presence. Spoiler alert, before Jones and Hope can get back to Oninoshima, they first have to fly out of Springfield. Insiders say we'll be traveling through other realities at some point. This will probably happen while Jones and Hope are calibrating that portal thing. The cool part is we'll run into some seriously interesting characters along the way, like a monster and the cube. Knowing Epic, I'm almost certain it won't be the purple cube, but its red clone, which already caused some trouble in OG mode. If I'm right, we're in for the first collision between the original reality and OG Fortnite. so we need to keep a close eye on that contact. Overall, judging by the teaser, 0 Hour is going to be packed with fan service for both collab fans and lore enthusiasts. Epic and the insiders have sent the event's hype into the stratosphere. I'm personally super pumped for this event. After all, it's the first truly massive story event since way back in Chapter 3. But it's always best to keep a cool head so you don't get mad later if the event doesn't quite hit the mark. If you can't wait to get a taste of something big, I can confidently recommend the Fortnite creative event called Big Bang Unwrapped. It basically tells the story of the Chapter 4 final event's off-screen action. I found it totally captivating, but as they say, seeing is believing, so get comfy and enjoy the show.
Alive, Looper. You fell asleep, and not by choice. Jeno filled your dreams with a false sense of nostalgia. I've been trying to get you out with this. Long ago, Jeno made the blade ignore portal devices to ensure no one used it against him. I know we had our quarrels, but we have to stop Jeno. He's got the Blade of Stasis powered up with Pandora's gem, but he doesn't realize he can permanently damage the 0 point. That man is a false god, and it's about time we remind him of that. I'm going to distract Jeno. You'll need to grab the blade and remove the gem off of him. It should revert the blade's powers and free everyone. Gunner, Doggo, come in. I've got an update. Can you hear me?
Forget about her. You've got bigger problems right now. Just follow my lead and stay close. This is where the Seven and I prepped up the mech to fight the IO. We called it the Ice Moon.
I can see why. Yeah, it's doggone freezing out here.
You can take my head. It'll help you keep warm.
See that castle? It's the domain of the Ice King. He collected weapons too dangerous to be kept by others. I'm sure we could use whatever's left in the rubble.
Wait, what? I thought we took everything after the Zero War.
Most of it. It's still worth having a look around.
Please tell me we're not going in there, right?
If Jeno has that weapon, there's a good chance the Ice King knew about it too.
Oh, that's right. I've read reports about this place. Don't you worry, folks. I am a search dog. The #1 search dog in the whole island.
No. The last time you used your nose, we ran in circles for 7 minutes and only found one survivor.
You're right. You always think things so smart, you know that? I think I'll just take that one back.
Visitors, beware. This one sacred place has been ransacked by a despot of doom. Beware the god-killer weapons that may be used against you.
Ice King! We are searching for information on the Blade of Stasis. Do you know anything about it?
I shall speak nothing of it.
If you want your legacy to last just a tiny bit longer, I suggest you reconsider.
Your eyes. You are his bloodline. Your father's anger is a weapon. Someday, you may aim that weapon wrongly, and someone you care for shall pay the price.
You know the guy we're looking for?
I knew him, as did we all. The War King. He stole that blade that had first belonged to Morpheus, the King of Dreams. He took it and worked with other traitors to found the inner circle of order. That fool wasn't able to use the blade to its full potential, so he was of no concern to me.
Well, he's found his way now. Geno is using Pandora's gem to power it.
Pandora's gem. That means the box has been restored. You must destroy the blade, and the deep sleep will fall.
Can't we just take the gem off the blade?
Anything that uses those gems is forever bound to Pandora's box. You must destroy the blade itself. Find Morpheus's chosen. A tall and worthy hero, ripe for adventure, yet lost from his bunch. Only they can destroy Morpheus's creation. My story ends here, but yours is just beginning.
Well, that is simple enough. Find a tall man so we can destroy Geno's blade.
Still find happiness in the deep sleep.
You know, you can't find perfection in this. Eventually, you'll grow tired of it.
Haven't you had enough fighting, Father? When Gunnar and Doggo told me you're alive, I was ready to shoot them both. I could have sworn I saw you and my sister fall into the 0 point and die. Well, since you're clearly alive and well, I need to know. Where's my sister?
How'd you survive? The Herald took all of you!
You know I'm a spy, Father. Apparently leaving my helmet on the ground was enough to make her think I was dead!
You have got to be kidding.
You came to me alone. Remember the last time you did that?
Now, why would you think that?
My boss!
Throw it, though! Throw it!
It worked! I'm the very best set dog!
Boy! we lost Doggo. I don't think we can stop Geno. We still don't even know who the Pillar of Reality is.
Peely. A ripe and tall hero. It has to be Peely. We're not gonna find him in time. Looper! You remember him, right? You need to go back into the deep sleep. Look for a butterfly, guide it to Peely, then get him to touch it. We'll be able to find him through energy signatures.